What's up guys, Simply Coco here and welcome back to my channel and welcome to another speed build in The Sims 4. So today we are building in the world of Newcrest. As I'm watching it, there was a little bit of lag just then. I'll try and remember to go back and rewatch it once this is uploaded to see if that lag was there, because I said this in one of my last speed builds that I recently changed the resolution that my screen recording camera or whatever records at. So it was recording at 30 frames per second and now I'm recording at 60. So it should be better, like a higher quality footage. But I've noticed while doing voiceovers that it kind of lags a little bit. But I don't know if it does that after it's been exported. So hopefully it doesn't. But enough about that. We are building a San Francisco style home today, as you can probably tell by the title of this video. It will be decorated with Christmas decorations. I'm not sure if I'm gonna put that in the title or not, because I never know what to say. Like, do I say Christmas decorated San Francisco style home? Like, I just feel like that's a mouthful and a very long title for no apparent reason. So yeah, I have no idea what I'm going to name it, but it is a San Francisco style home that will be decorated for Christmas. And I kind of really enjoy the exterior of this build. I like the interior as well, but I'm obsessed with the exterior, and I have found a whole bunch of these style homes on Pinterest. So I kind of want to do a save file of all San Francisco style homes in the world of Newcrest. I just love the architecture of these homes, and they're really pretty, and I really want to do more. So I was like, why not do them all in Newcrest and make a save file out of it? So we'll see. I'll definitely let you know. But yeah, so I don't really have a storyline for the family that's going to be living here, or at least I don't think I do. I'll remember when I get into the interior. But yeah, we're just adding some roof detail. We put the reefs on the windows. I don't know, guys. It's 3:25 in the morning currently. That when I'm recording this, not when you're watching this. Obviously, you're watching this whenever you're watching this. But I'm sleepy and bored and want something to snack on, and I just don't know what to talk about. So yeah, here we are doing a speed build. Anyway, I have always wanted to go to San Francisco. I have never been. It's been on my list of places to go for quite some time. So hopefully I get to go and like actually see one of these homes in person. As you can see right here, I'm doing this neat little thing with the foundation. I put a foundation there just to fill up the rest of that area, and then I dropped it down like 2 or 3 times with the platform arrows, and then I made like a little planter, like a little self-made planter box kind of situation. I do eventually, these are bushes, like debug bushes that I'm putting in there. I do end up changing those for a debug plant that's already like in its own planter box. And they look like tulips, and I just like them a whole lot better. And then over here I'm just putting like more landscaping. Like this is just like a small little area where they're growing. I don't think they're growing these plants. I think they're like wild grown, but they kind of they upkeep them. They trim them if they need trimming and water them and stuff like that. So yeah, and then just using like the debug kind of weedy looking plants to kind of fill in the rest of the area. Yeah, I used a lot of debug, as I usually do in this build. Sorry if this voiceover is like all over the place. Like, I really genuinely don't know what to talk about. Um, so yeah, there's that. Um, and I'm probably saying a lot. So there's that as well. But just doing the landscaping, guys. Yeah, this is a pretty chill uh voiceover. I really feel like I just need to start this whole thing over, but I'm not going to. So yeah, as you can see, sorry if you heard any echoing just then. I forgot to turn it back down. I paused the voiceover for a second. But as you can see, we are onto the interior of this home. Again, I'm sorry if this voiceover is all over the place. It is now 4:11 in the morning. I've never done a voiceover this late. And this is the first voiceover I've done at all in like a week. So I am just rusty. um, but yeah, so this is the start of the interior. I do not keep this tile flooring, so don't worry. I don't mind it because as you can see, I kept it for a while, but I just started thinking like once I start putting the kitchen counters that I wanted to use, it was just going to be too bright. So I ended up going with this flooring from Jungle Adventure, which is actually a stone flooring, but it kind of works as like a tile flooring if you want it to, because it's a sim. So your sims aren't going to say, "Hey, this is stone. This isn't tile," or whatever the other thing is that starts with an L that isn't tile, but it is. I don't know. It looks like tile, but I just love that kind of bluish color, and I was going for a completely blue vibe with this home, mostly blues and grays and dark browns was the color scheme I was going for. And just a quick little note, I do also use custom custom wall decorations or custom wall art in this build. I've done this a few times in recent builds. Basically, you go on the gallery and you can just search whatever you want. You could search like blue paintings or tree paintings or apple paintings or something like that, and it will come up with a whole bunch of different things that people have, a whole bunch of custom paintings that people have uploaded to the gallery. And if you don't know, I have mentioned this in several other videos, but what they do is they put like a piece of custom content in their game, or it could be something that's already in game, and they have their sim paint by reference, and they take a picture of that object, and then their sim paints it, and then they put a frame on it and put it on the gallery. So that's how you have custom wall art. We really need more wall art in general in this game. That's like the hardest thing for me to put in a build is wall art, because I find myself using the same exact things because there's never anything to put. I feel like wall art, if anything, should be one of the things we have one of the items we have the most of in the game, because like not everyone has the same wall art in their house, you know? But you did just see me pull some, the ones that I'm using now have black in them, so I do end up changing those out for ones that just have blue, because with the black in there, it kind of didn't fit because I didn't have anything black in the living room. So I ended up getting rid of them and putting some that were just like blue and white and gray. Yeah, so I did put a Christmas tree in there. I'm going to plop some other random Christmas decorations around. You can kind of see me start doing that now. So I do these curtains everywhere. Everywhere downstairs, I do these Christmas curtains. Upstairs, I don't. And then over all the archways downstairs, I put these kind of hefty looking, I don't even know what you would call these. You call it, what is it, garland? Yeah, it's garland. But I put those around the archways too, or above the archways too. But just downstairs, because downstairs is the only part of the house that has these archways. Upstairs is just all the bedrooms. So now I am working on the kitchen. So I go for the Parenthood counters in the blue just to kind of complement the floor. I'm trying to keep, after this build, I'm going to stay away. After this build and my current Let's build, I'm building my current Let's Build. I'm building a Cape Cod inspired home that's decorated for Christmas, and I'm also using the Parenthood counters. And I swear sorry, that was my alarm for the towels that are in the dryer. Yes, I have towels in the dryer at 4 o'clock in the morning. But one time my alarm went off in a speed build, and someone said it actually scared them. So if that scared you, I'm so sorry. It scared me. But yeah, I was saying like in my last 2 or 3 speed builds, I've used the Parenthood counters, and that's because they've been more like traditional builds and not really like modern. So I apologize for that if that bothers you. But after this build and after my current Let's Build, I promise to get away from the Parenthood counters. Actually, I'm really excited about my next build. My next 2 builds. One is going to be a modern loft that I'm really excited about. Um, Inspired by one of Devin Bumpkin's recent Design Me Devins. It was the old firehouse that he did. And I'm gonna do my modern loft on that exact same lot because it's a lot in what world is that? It's in Windenburg, in the more modern area of Windenburg, and I've never built on the lot before, and it's a really nice lot. So I'm gonna do it there, and then the build after that, or I don't know what order they'll be in, but I'm also gonna do a build in Strangerville that I'm really excited about, and it's not so much like the exterior that I'm excited about. I'm excited about the interior, and that's really saying something because I don't really get excited about interiors. I don't like doing like I like doing interiors because I mean it's a part of building, but like most of the time once I've done like the shell of a build and the landscaping, I'm just like, okay, can I be done? Because for those of you that also build, you know, if you're a builder that um does the whole shell, the landscaping, and the interior, you know, once you get to the interior, you're like, okay, I really don't want to do this, but I can't have a half finished build. Um, but most of the time, I go into builds not knowing what the interior is gonna look like at all until I know like what kind of family is gonna live there, or I have to choose a color scheme first. Or what I really do is I go like if let's say I'm building a modern beach home. What I'll do is I'll go to Google and just type in modern beach home interiors and then get inspiration from that and go from there. I won't like copy anything perfectly, but I'll just get inspiration. So if you're ever, that's great advice actually. If you're ever wondering, if you ever get stuck with how to design an interior, just think about what kind of build you're doing. So, like I just said, if you're doing a modern build or if you're doing a farmhouse, then just go to Google and type in modern farmhouse interiors and just grab inspiration from the dozens, for them, not even dozens, hundreds of pictures that pop up. Um, but sorry, I've talked over most of what's going on. I'm glad I kind of did though, because that means I actually had stuff to talk about and I wasn't just going to sit here saying 3,000 times. But I have furnished the dining room. It's a very small dining room. There's 4 Sims living here, so they only needed a four seating table. So that's all they got. But there is also the bar area. So, I mean, if they were to have company or want to host Harvest Fest dinner here or Christmas dinner or whatever, they do have extra seating for that. And there will also be outdoor seating. There's plenty of outdoor seating. I use a bigger outdoor table. So the outdoor table is actually for 6 Sims, and that one's going to be in the backyard. And in the front yard, I put a picnic table, which I think holds another 4 Sims. I don't think a picnic table holds 6. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's just another 4. So there's plenty of dining spaces for Sims to eat on this lot. I need you to completely ignore the layout of this bedroom. The furniture stays the same, but the wall that I have the bed on now needed a door for the bathroom, so that's a rookie mistake. So I do end up flipping the orientation of this room. I put the bed on the wall that I'm trying to put an ottoman on now, but I will soon realize that I cannot do that because their ensuite bathroom has no door leading into it. So we will fix that momentarily. This is the master bedroom, if you did not know that already, or if I didn't say that already. So this is the bedroom for the parents. I imagine that quilt is not the quilt that they have on there all the time. Since this is a Christmas inspired build, I was assuming like maybe that's their Christmas comforter that they, or Christmas quilt that they only pull out during Christmas time. It doesn't really have Christmas colors, but it's just colorful and fun. And then this is the first kid's bedroom. So this is for a teenage girl. Sadly, I do not have a storyline for the parents of this house, but the kids I do, strangely enough. I really want to get back to having completely full storylines for every single person of the house, or just for the family in general, because I've been kind of slacking on that lately. And I used to get a lot of comments of people telling me that they love that I have storylines, and I feel like that is something that kind of sets me apart from other Sims YouTubers. I mean, a lot of people have storylines for some of their builds, but I used to do them for every single build. So I kind of really want to get back to doing that, because most of you guys like that. But this is for a teen girl who is a photographer, or wants to be a photographer. So I imagine she has a small little business now. Maybe she takes pictures of her friends, or like she does like kids senior pictures at the high school. Maybe she's a junior now or something, and she takes senior pictures and prom pictures and just literally anything. And she wants to have a legitimate business when she gets older. She wants to open up her own photography studio. So I gave her a tripod and then that little shelf with all the like camera equipment on it from Moschino Stuff Pack. But that was her room, pretty simple. It was like this white and beige and pink color scheme. And then this is her little brother's room, who is really into the color green, apparently. Sorry if you hear my dogs running up and down the stairs. If you didn't know, I recently moved apartments, and my new like computer setup or office space is in the loft of my apartment. And so it's upstairs, and they are chasing the cat up and down the stairs. And I'm pretty sure the cat jumped into the Christmas tree that he has already broken. So yay, we love that. I got a comment, I think today, and someone told me not to pop my dogs. I think it's because in one of my speed builds, I was saying I was going to pop them for being bad. So yeah, I pop my dogs if they're bad. I mean, how else are they going to learn? But they're getting on my nerves right now, but it's okay. So sorry that I completely talked through the little boy's room, but he loves the color green and he's into sports. If you noticed while I was doing the kitchen, I put the sports clutter near the back door. And in his room, I gave him just a lot of different sports posters, and I gave him one of the big teddy bears, the green one. I think it's a dragon. And I gave him a toy box. So maybe when he gets older, he wants to go to the Foxbury Institute and play soccer. So that's like his big dream right now while he's little. And then this is the downstairs bathroom that I also forgot a door to. This is off of the kitchen, and it's probably a really bad place for a bathroom, but also a good place for the bathroom because it's right next to the backyard, or right next to the back door. So like if kids were outside playing and they needed to come to the bathroom, it'd be right there. Or, you know, if they were hosting an event or a party outside, the bathroom would be right there. But it's just kind of odd because it's the only bathroom downstairs. So like if you were in the living room watching TV, you'd have to walk through the kitchen to get to the bathroom, which is kind of weird and not realistic, but it's just the nature of the layout of this house. So there's that. I actually looked up like a floor plan of one of these houses when I started to build this, or when I started the interior, because I wasn't really sure how I was going to decorate it. But I literally just said that. I gave you that advice that if you don't know what to do with the interior, just Google what kind of house you're building and it'll help you. And that's literally what I had to do for this build. But now we're on to the exterior, or back to the exterior. This is where I put a picnic table, and then I just put a lantern on top of it. I chose the one with the red cushions just so it kind of matches with the whole Christmas vibe. I imagine those cushions can just be swapped out. Like, they can't really be swapped out. Like, your Sims can't actually swap them out. But I imagine, like, the mom has a separate pair of cushions that it's Christmas time, so she went and put the red ones on there. Gave her some planter boxes. So that was a little bit of the mom storyline. She is really into gardening because I give her so many planter boxes there, and I give her some vertical planters, I think like 2 or 3. So she's really into gardening. She could be a stay-at-home mom, and the dad works a lot because, you know, for her to be doing all this gardening and have time to put up all these Christmas decorations and all of this, all the way down to changing the cushions on the on the picnic table. Maybe she's a stay-at-home mom. Not to say that working women wouldn't find time to garden or decorate their house for Christmas. I'm just saying, for the purposes of this house, maybe she is a stay-at-home mom. I don't know. But if she is, I have no idea what the dad does. Surely he does something to make some money. I have no idea. But yeah, so ignore what I'm doing. I do end up getting rid of this jungle gym because it's just too big and it took up the entire area of grass. And I end up putting some bikes right here by the stairs, and it just made that walkway through there too tight. So I end up deleting that, and I just give the little boy a soccer ball out there. But as you can see, the screenshots are rolling. So thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will always respond to your comments. And please hit that notification bell. That way you know exactly when I post my next video, exactly when I post it, and I will see you all then. And I'm so sorry again if this voiceover was absolutely horrible. Thanks, guys. Bye.